Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Luis, and in this video I'm going to show you a computer or a setup that I made from buying parts from Aliexpress. Okay, so the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, the CPU cooler from Aliexpress. All the other parts like the case, the GPU, the power supply and the hard drives already had before, okay, laying around. So the goal was to create a cheap computer that was able to run macOS Sonoma, which is currently the latest version of macOS, and also Windows 11, Linux, and be able to play some games. Okay, so this is the motherboard that I ordered from AliExpress. All the details will be crossing over the screen. I'll be also leaving links for everything on the video description, so if you want to build something similar and you want to buy this motherboard, you can do it. Okay, so this is ZSUS H81 motherboard, LGA 1150. Okay, so this is not for recent processors. So just to tell you that the main computer I own, the one I edit all my videos, it's running on a LGA 1150. So yes, I'm not much of a gamer, so currently I have a Core i7 4th generation on that computer, and this one will be close to the one that I edit all my videos for YouTube, where I do all my video editings for personal videos and all the other stuff I do. My machine is pretty similar to this one, so that means that we can do a lot building a cheap machine. Okay, so the goal was, can I build an Hackintosh buying parts from AliExpress? Yeah, and you saw it. So when the video started, that was macOS Sonoma. Okay, so I will be leaving all the details for this machine. Okay, so this is the RAM. In this part of the video I only had one stick, but I already ordered a second one, so this machine is running 16 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, and it was really cheap. So that stick was like €5. The motherboard was 38 euros, and this processor, it's a Xeon processor, and also the details will be in the video description, but it was really cheap. So 20 euros, around 20 euros. Okay, and yeah, it works really well. You will see, I will be able to play games, and even if you don't have a dedicated, if you don't have a GPU, you are able to run Windows, because this CPU also has GPU integrated. Okay, so but yeah, anyway, I will be using a AMD Radeon 560 on this machine. Okay, so right now let's quickly assemble the machine. I'm not an expert, so there are plenty of ways of putting the thermic paste on the CPU. There are people that put just a ball in the middle like a pea. Others make a cross. I will just use some of the paste, like trying to make a cross, and then put the rest over here. Don't put too much, otherwise it will go out of the CPU and make a mess. Okay, then we will close and fix the CPU. Now we will put the CPU cooler. It was also from AliExpress, really cheap, like 10 euros or so. I will leave also the link in the video description. And of course I will fix the CPU cooler correctly. Okay, right now I was just doing the video, but before I assemble the motherboard on the box, I will make sure everything is perfectly secured. So as I told you, at the moment I was recording the motherboard and the other components, I only had one stick for the memory, but currently I have 2 memory sticks. Okay, so now we are ready to assemble to the box. That part I didn't record, but you know. Okay, so this is a quick view of the motherboard, and yeah, it didn't come with the battery cell. You have to buy, because they cannot ship it with the battery cell. Okay, so just to say that it powered the first time and it worked perfectly. So as I told you, the computer on the right is also an Hackintosh, and that's the one I spoke. There I also have a Sonoma there, so that's the same EFI, and I only changed the serial number, and it put it the first time I tried. Okay, so it's running Sonoma with no issues. Everything is working really well. Of course, I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm running on Ethernet card. I don't need Wi-Fi on this machine because I have a cable here. This is not a laptop that I have to take somewhere, and for that reason I would need Wi-Fi. For this one I just need Ethernet. Okay, just to show you that it's working perfectly. So if you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I will try to help everybody. And at the bottom of the screen you are now checking all the details about the motherboard. Okay, and also in the screen, so as you can see, macOS Sonoma, and I also have Windows 11, and I have so I have 3 disks, one for macOS, another one for solid state drive for Windows 11, and I have a third one for data. Okay, that's where I keep the data, because as I told you, this is a second computer, so I didn't spend money on large disks. And yeah, but anyway, if I need, I can upgrade anytime. So I just need to clone my operating system or install from scratch, from new, because I already know how to do it, and it will work really well. So this is the boot menu. If I press F11, and as you can see, now I'm not booting from open core, I'm using the BIOS. So F11, I selected Windows 11. Yeah, it is possible to install Windows 11 here. Okay, and it works well, really well. Okay, so right now I will open some tools just to show you exactly information about the motherboard, information about the processor I'm using, and information about the RAM, the GPU. Okay, so let's go for CPU Z or CPU ID. Okay, as you can see now, the CPU I was mentioned that was 20 euros. The memory, it was also really cheap, and the motherboard was less than 40 euros. Okay, that makes an Hackintosh really cheap. Also the GPU, I have it here. It was not being used because I upgraded the other one on my main machine, so it was on my main machine, this one 560, and I went and purchased from another guy the 570, and so this one was available for this Aliexpress build. Okay, so now let's run 3D marks course benchmark for the people who likes to compare. So remember, this is a 4th generation motherboard, so if you want something better you will have to spend more money. Okay, but for the money we are spending on this build, you can have macOS Sonoma, Windows 11, any Linux installation that you like. I think this is a really nice machine. Okay, also the case for this computer I had it, and it was really cheap. I have it for some years, and it was not being used, or the computer, the motherboard that was inside was even older, and yeah, so I got it for this build. And here you have the score 3D mark. Okay, so don't compare this against nowadays computer generation because it will lose a lot. Okay, but this is just information. So if you are researching information about this motherboard or about this processor, you will know what can you run, what kind of games will you be able to play. Okay, yeah, so keep watching the video because there will be some gaming on the video, and let's see how it performs. Okay, so this was the 3D mark benchmark for this Aliexpress motherboard, CPU and RAM. Okay, so let's get out, and now let me boot also an installation of Linux from an external solid state drive. Okay, so let's do it. So if you are new to my channel, you don't know that I have a video showing how you can install Linux on an external solid state drive, so as you can use it as a pocket operating system, and also your external solid state drive to take your data with you. Okay, so once again, going to the BIOS, I will select now my external solid state drive with Ubuntu, with the Linux. I have Ubuntu and Mint, Linux Mint. I will select Linux Mint. Okay, and now it will be the first time this installation will run on this machine, so probably it will take a little bit more than normally it takes to boot. Okay, because this is a solid state drive and normally it boots really fast. Here you have it. Okay, let me zoom out, put the password just to show you that is working really well also. So if you are planning to use this motherboard with Linux, it will do a good machine. Okay, yeah, so here we have Linux Mint running from external solid state drive. and let's run NeoFetch just to check that, yeah, we are running in the same machine. Okay, you see Intel Xeon E3 1225 V3. Okay, and talking about external solid state drives, yeah, it's also possible to boot macOS Hackintosh from external solid state drive. So I will now boot with the same EFI, so with the same open core installation, but you see I will select, and now I will select Catalina, which is the version I have on this solid state drive. And this video is not at the normal speed, so just for the sake of the video to be shorter, okay, but just to show you, yeah, that you can run different operating systems. And because if you don't like Sonoma, or if you have a program that only runs on an older version of Mac, you can use another one. So just to say that on my other machine I have macOS Ventura, I have Monterey, and I have Sonoma. Okay, I also have Windows 10, Windows 11, and Linux on the same machine. Okay, so this one, just to show you, yeah, it is possible to run Hackintosh. You see on the right, it was the external disk. And the final operating system that I will be running from memory stick, it's Batocera. So I don't know if you are a fan of emulation station or retro gaming, just to say that, yeah, this motherboard and this CPU also paired with this GPU works really well. So I already tested and we are able to play. And if you don't know Batocera, subscribe to the channel. I'm about to make a video showing you how to create an emulation station like this with Batocera, with all these emulators, and that you can boot on your computer and play. Okay, just put your control joystick and launch the game, and you will be playing, and it works really well. Okay, just to show you, so this is the processor, the CPU, and right, quite nice. I'm really satisfied for the money I spent on this machine. I'm able to do a lot of stuff, and so yeah, I'm really happy with that. And now probably what you were waiting for, can we play games with this computer? Yeah, as you can see, this is CSGO, and yes, it's working well. Okay, not amazing, but yeah, it plays really well. That's not me in the video, that's my kid. I'm not much of a gamer. Okay, so I asked him, hey, can you play just a little bit in order that I can record you and show everybody that the machine is capable of gaming. Okay, so yeah, it works really well, and you can see the FPS on the left, and the gaming experience is good, as you can see. So depending on the GPU, if you are planning to buy this motherboard or this CPU, remember that you must pay attention to the GPU, the graphic processor unit that you will be using on that machine. Okay, so yeah, about the case, this is, you see the brand is Unica with a Y, and also the fans I bought from AliExpress. It was a long time ago, so probably I don't know if I can find the links for those blue fans, but also really cheap. And this is CSGO, but I will be showing another one just so. And don't forget, if you are enjoying the video, to leave a thumbs up. Okay, that shows YouTube that you really like the video, and that YouTube should show the video to more people. Okay, and also helps the channel, or it helps me. Okay, and keeps me motivated to continue to create content and to buy stuff and make experience and produce videos about it and tell you how it went. Okay, so this is Dirt 3, and as you can see, it plays really well with no issues at all. About this screen, it's widescreen. I also have a review on the channel, so if you want to know more about this monitor, I can also put a link for the monitor. This is a LG widescreen, and I'm really happy with it. The quality is good, the colors are really good, and also it has speakers, HDR. I'm really happy with that monitor. Okay, also this remote control, it was also from AliExpress and also really cheap. I also have a review about it on the channel. So yeah, so if this is the first time you are watching my videos, I'm always buying stuff from AliExpress. I make reviews about it, so if you like this kind of content, consider to subscribe. Okay, so now about the links. So you can see, so this was the motherboard 3855, and this was the processor 1927, and this is was the first stick of RAM 594. And you see, so I will leave links in the video description for everything that I ordered from AliExpress. If you are planning to do a machine just like this. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to give it a thumbs up, consider to subscribe, and I catch you on a new video. Bye bye.